Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone. My name is Kathy. It has been approximately a week since the Moscow Police Department's records from the investigation into the crimes at 1122 King Road were released to the public via a website specially dedicated by the city of Moscow. There seems to be a common theme in reviewing these documents. One is that people were heavily drinking in the hours leading up to the crimes at 1122 King Road, and there seems to be inconsistencies within what one witness is saying regarding the whereabouts of key people on the evening before and the morning of the crimes. Moscow Police Department in the state of Idaho tell us that the crimes occurred a few minutes after 4 a.m. on Sunday morning, the 13th of November, 2022. The next report has both of these details. This is a report by Sergeant Dustin Blaker. He is documenting here. The report's dated January 11, 2023. A communication that he had on November 14th, 2022 at around 15:52 hours, which would be approximately 3:52 p.m. the day after the crimes. He says here, I called KF to arrange an interview with her. Kay had already left Moscow and was heading to southern Idaho to be with her family. Kay told me she had contact with B and D on November 12, 2022. D arrived at her residence at 22:30 hours. This would be approximately 10:30 p.m. Joined shortly thereafter by B, the other surviving roommate, who arrived at her residence at approximately 23:30 hours. This would be 11:30 p.m. Saturday night, the 12th of November. Kay lives at blank Taylor Avenue. B and D were at her residence for 2 to 3 hours. This is the first, ladies and gentlemen, that I am aware of that both of the surviving roommates were together anywhere in the hours leading up to the crimes at 1122 King Road. But here we have this witness stating that both were at her residence for a substantial period of time, between 2 and 3 hours. Kay stated she walked them past the Whites sometime before 2 a.m. This would be the morning of Sunday the 13th, the day of the crimes, but she could not positively tell me. Kay stated she stayed on Taylor and then turned around, and she was not sure what route they took home for sure, but felt they kept walking west on Taylor toward King. Kay stated there was a group of 3 or 4 other females with B and D at the time. Kay did state she was drunk at the time and could not recall all the events and everyone who was present with the group. Kay stated she thought LM was with the group. Kay was not able to tell me anything else. And then on page 2, we see that Sergeant Blaker of the Moscow Police Department prepared this, signed it on the 11th of January. It was reviewed and apparently approved by Detective Brett Payne. If you have any comments, any questions, please leave them here. And if you have not already subscribed to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it if you would consider doing so that you will receive notifications when we publish future content. This is Kathy. Thank you for joining us today.